Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Aldrich Museum. I'm Nina Carlson, Director of Education at the museum, and we're really pleased to be able to offer another panel discussion at our openings, thanks to the Harry's Aaron Fund. So today our panel is going to focus on our new exhibition, Painting the Glass House, which opens here today, as you know. And as you may not know, there's also a component of the exhibition up at the Yale School of Architecture at their Architecture Gallery in New Haven until May 9th. So if you have a chance to get over there and see it, there are a number of the artists in the exhibition who also have work that's different than the work here over there. Today, we technically are welcoming guest curators to the museum, but our two curators of Painting the Glass House are near and dear to the Aldrich. Jessica Hough used to be our curatorial director at the museum, and we're so happy to have her back for this. She has since moved on to become the director of the Mills College Art Museum in California. And Monica Ramírez-Montagut was actually a curatorial intern at the museum, what, 5 years ago at least, and is also returning as a co-curator of the exhibition. And Monica is Associate Curator of Architecture at the Guggenheim now. So we welcome you both back. Thank you so much. And just before we get started, just a couple technical notes. If you guys have cell phones on, you can remember to turn the volume down. It's wonderful. And in order to avoid disruption, we are letting latecomers in every 15 minutes. So just please pardon those brief interruptions. And I'm going to turn it over to Jessica.
Great, thank you, Nina. It's great to be back at the Aldrich. I feel like this is my home away from home. And this is an exhibition that Monica and I have been working on for a number of years. And it's great to finally see it fully realized here at the museum. And I'm very grateful to the Aldrich for supporting this project through to its completion, even after my departure from the museum. So, so thank you to the Aldrich Museum. I'm thrilled that today we have joining us on the panel from your left to the right, Terence Gower in the beautiful orange sweater, Angela Dufresne in the middle, and we have Daniel Arsham on the right, and of course my co-curator, Monica. Today what we're going to do is, because we have such a short period of time to have a conversation, we really just have an hour, we're going to show you a few works by each of these artists, and then we're going to really jump right into having a conversation about the subject of the exhibition. Just briefly, Monica and I had begun to notice the occurrence of modern architecture in the work of many emerging artists and had begun to collect material over a period of time. And through our visiting with artists and discussing the work and really spending time with it, we began to notice that what the work shared that we were most interested in was a kind of sentimentality towards modern architecture, or looking at modern architecture with a kind of fondness. And this was interesting to us, and we were curious about that, and started visiting with artists and found that a lot of artists were really interested in the kind of utopian potential that modern architecture represented to them. And even though they didn't live through the height of the modern moment, and they weren't particularly interested in structure or the way things were built, they were interested in what modern architecture represented to them now, and the kind of ideas and ideals that it stood for. So those are the kinds of things that we're going to be touching on in this panel discussion today. So here we go. You'll see on the screen behind me a couple of works by Daniel Arsham. This is from his series, The Return. And this is work by Angela Dufresne. And finally, we're going to show a video by Terence. Which is a bit longer. He's going to monopolize the opportunity. It's an hour, but...
Well, we do have... That will include our talk.